Welcome to your reading Life Path 9. Thank you for being here. So we're going to do the reading in 3 parts today. The first part will be the tarot reading, where we will be looking at what you are letting go of and also what is coming in new for you, new energies. And then we will look at a oracle card for you. And then after that, I will pick 3 cards. The cards could have a yes, they could have a no, and they could have a maybe on them. So if you have a question, stick around for that. So we've got your cards for what you are letting go of. You have the Eight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So we want to see what you will be bringing in. Oh, High Priestess, strong energy coming through there. Feeling this one, that one. I'm not sure. We'll keep going. The Eight of Wands. And this one flips, lovely for you. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Lovely energy. So as a Life Path 9, you are a humanitarian, you are the healer, and you're also a very wise soul. You are here to serve, to uplift, and to bring closure to karmic cycles. It's not just your own karmic cycles, it's those around you. You're very deeply compassionate, and you can be very artistic as well, and a bit idealistic. You often carry a old soul energy about you. Your life's theme is one of release, it's forgiveness, and it's also purpose-driven service. At your highest, you're grateful, you're emotionally wise. You probably find people come to you to speak to you about their problems quite often. You're selfless, but you have that balance where you can give but without self-sacrificing. You know when to say no. At your shadow, you may absorb too much, feel overly responsible for others, and maybe end up losing yourself in others' needs. So we're going to look at what it is you are letting go of, Life Path 9. Your first card is the Eight of Swords. So this card, it speaks of a mental prison. So it's feeling trapped, restricted, or even powerless. So even when freedom is available. So for you, Life Path 9, this suggests you're releasing old beliefs that kept you emotionally stuck. Possibly related to guilt or feeling an obligation to a situation. And also overthinking your role in other people's lives. So you're letting go of the illusion that you must stay small, stuck, or silent. You're reclaiming or deepening your sovereignty. Your next card is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight is loyal, methodical, and dependable. But here he represents what you're releasing: rigid consistency that lacks soul. So you may have clung to the safe, to the predictable patterns, maybe out of duty or not passion. So as a 9, you are meant to flow with the deeper tides. So this is a shedding of energy that says, I must keep doing this because it's what others are expecting of me, or even what you have, the limitations you have put upon yourself, what you expect from yourself. You're letting go of soul draining routines and obligations, or even work that just no longer resonates. So what you do for a living, maybe letting go and going in for a change there as well. Next, you have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is about empathy, emotional attunement, it's intuition as well. So why is this coming up in your what to let go section? In this context, it's suggesting over empathy or emotional enmeshment. So getting too attached to other people's emotions, maybe soaking up other people's pain and carrying it as your own, or consistently being the emotional container for others at the expense of your own needs. So when you get the Queen of Cups in this position, in what you need to let go of, it's about not emptying your cup, making sure that you refill and replenish before you give. So you're releasing a sense of emotional martyrdom and choosing balanced compassion. You're releasing, pouring from an empty cup, replenishing your cup, and then pouring from a overflowing cup, or an overflowing cup. You're shedding the old identity of the silent supporter, and you're preparing to step into intuitive clarity and meaningful heart-led momentum. You're letting go of them internal limitations. These are what's leaving now. And even mental sabotage, being controlled by old thought patterns, which creates old behaviours. You're letting go of the weight of responsibility disguised as loyalty or even routine, the safety and the comfort of routine. You emotionally overgiving or being a container for everybody else's needs. This is starting to leave you now, and you're more in tune as to when it's okay to give and when you need to step back and look after yourself, like Path 9, without guilt. So what you are bringing in, your first card is pure magic. You have the High Priestess, stepping into deep inner knowing. It's divine timing. It's also a sacred stillness. So this is your intuition fully awakening. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, like, certainty. So as a Life Path 9, this card is a return to your essence. You're remembering that your wisdom doesn't need to be loud. It just simply is. You're bringing in soul deep clarity, quiet confidence, and also there's a deepening of the divine trust with you and spirit and your spiritual self. So this may also indicate a deepening of your spiritual practices, your intuitive gifts, or even a readiness to be a guide and a healer in new ways. So if you're already doing the healing work, maybe some new ways are coming in for you, some new spiritual wisdom. So after all that introspective movement that you're bringing in here with the High Priestess, we now have the movement card. The Eight of Wands is about momentum, alignment, and it's an energetical acceleration. Once you've released the burdens and tapped into your intuition here, deeper into it with the High Priestess, this brings a flow that is fast. It could manifest as sudden bursts of clarity and inspiration, creative and career breakthroughs. And this has come up a couple of times in the reading. Maybe not necessarily changing careers or changing job or changing your healing practice, but definitely some sort of branching, some sort of movement in a little bit of a different direction. And communication and spiritual downloads are coming through when you get these two cards together. Expect spiritual downloads. You're bringing in swift movement that is aligned with your purpose. So no more trudging through the mud or feeling stuck. This is momentum fueled by meaning, okay? It's very strong energy for you. The Seven of Pentacles. This is the Seven of Pentacles is wise, it's investment, it's patience, and it's also, again, soul aligned effort, planting for long-term harvest. And again, this could be tied in with some new direction within your career and your job or your healing practices. You're not planting out of a fear of like scarcity, like having that poverty mindset and being worried about the future. You're planting from clarity, and it's what truly matters, and with more trust that everything will work out. For you, Life Path 9, this is beautiful because you're learning to build sustainability rooted in your integrity and also your spiritual values. You're bringing in a grounded long-term growth which is aligned, Life Path 9, with your truth and your life's purpose. This reading, Life Path 9, it shows that your soul is ready to release all burdens. So these are mental, emotional and energetical, to step into the sacred clarity and momentum. We have movement coming in. You're no longer trapped by your past roles or guilt or your need to emotionally hold everyone together. You're trusting everybody's path is their path and they will get to where they need to go. You're becoming a high priestess, and if you're male, it still counts. You have male and masculine and feminine energy. But you're becoming the high priestess in your own life, intuitive, clear and purposeful. So you're not just healing, you're beginning to move. Also with this comes teaching, and also you're planting in ways that truly matter. There's not a fast success, even though there will be moments of speed. This is about divine movement and right direction. So letting go of self-limiting beliefs and mental entrapment, soul-numbing routines and obligations, and emotional over-identification here with other people's pains. Bringing in sacred intuition and divine timing, accelerated movement along with spiritual clarity, and patience and purpose-driven creation. So really beautiful energies coming through and being released for you, Life Path 9. So what I'm going to do now is read you a oracle card. We'll read this out of the book. These come with some really beautiful messages. Which one is that? We'll put them back in because we only want one today. We're reading it out, so just one today. One. Nope. You can practice patience whilst you're waiting for me to get this card out. Aha. Okay. All is calm upon these shores. Let's have a look what this says. What number is it? 2 and 9. So you have 11. Beautiful. Or 1 and 1, we can take that down to 2 and get balance coming in. There are days when you know you have done all you can and surrendered your attachment to outcomes, trusting that things will turn out the way they will. You don't have anything to prove anymore. When you reach this moment, you experience a kind of satisfaction and accomplishment that may not even have anything concrete, any real perceived success connected to it. You just know peace and serenity. This may be fleeting, but it doesn't matter how long you stay at peace. Once you know that feeling, you can always return to it. The way to these calming shores is simple: meditation and prayer, coupled with surrendering your wants and attachments to the will of the divine. Being humble and grateful for what is in front of you. Letting go of the need to control or change anything outside of yourself is key. So this kind of like ties in with letting go of the need to fix other people and taking on other people's emotional struggles. So this is not a passive state, but rather an action of choice, like radically accepting what you cannot change. The Serenity Prayer beautifully outlines this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Peace is a state of knowing that all is well. Enjoy it because it is. There's a beautiful message there for you, Life Path 9. Now what we're going to do is clear the table and get your pick a card section. Please keep your question nice and simple because the cards only have a yes, a no or a maybe on them. Okay, if you want to take a moment and see which card you feel the most drawn to. If you need more time, you can pause the video. I will be turning over card 1. Card 1 is a no. Card 2 is a no. And card 3 is a yes with the King of Cups. That brings us to the end of the reading. Thank you very much for watching Life Path 9. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until the next reading, take care of yourself. Bye bye.